What's up everybody, it's Brian with First Shot Tactical, back with another video for you here today. And today we are doing a quick unboxing and install of the AntiMatter Scopeswitch. For those who don't know, this is the cool scope switch that basically makes your scope like Call of Duty or your LPVO. There's gonna be a mount here on the front and you can slide it forward or back and that will zoom in or out your LPVO. Super cool. So let's go ahead and get this out of the package and see what comes with it and go ahead and get it installed. Oh, and we gotta appreciate the packaging here. Look at this magnetic box. Oof, and then open it up. Oh man. All right, pretty cool. As far as what comes with it here, first and coolest thing is these stickers, and you gotta admire these. These are all pretty sick. Next, they do give you a piece of paper, and this is gonna help you zero your scope switch. Instructions are at the top, so you can pause this video or utilize this when you wanna go ahead and get this zeroed in. And then we got all of our parts here. All right, so I went ahead and got everything laid out here. So let's go ahead and begin the install, and highly recommend putting your gun or upper in a vise or a retention rod, just so that way this is stable, because it's just too difficult to do on a tabletop. So having something like this is definitely gonna be helpful. For the first part, we are going to attach the slider to the front of the rail, and this is where you can decide where you want it. So I already played with this a bit and figured out the best spot for mine on the front rail here, and that is putting it right behind where this folds down. So obviously we want to loosen these two screws, and I'm gonna be very honest, this is a little bit tricky, or it's a little tight here. I have these barely threaded, and we wanna make sure that that cord stays wrapped around the pulley there. That's attached, so that's fine. And then we just wanna make sure these cords are under this screw here. So keep all of that in order there. And now you're just gonna have to kind of wiggle and finesse this to try and get this onto your rail. And again, this is kind of tight, at least on this. This is a Daniel Defense Riz 3 upper here. So just kind of be patient. All right, there we go, looks good. Make sure these cords are good. Oh, see, we want to keep that underneath. And yep, still on the pulley. So now let's go ahead and tighten this down. Perfect, cool. The next part then is let's do our actual scope mount here. And this is where we want to make sure that these cords are fed underneath. You can see two grooves right here, and then there's two pulleys. So we just wanna make sure each respective cord on each side stays in its channel and goes to each pulley here. And obviously you wanna pick where you wanna put this on your upper. And for me here, I'm gonna put it basically, I think right there should be good. So again, holding my cords here, I'm gonna make sure they're in the channel, put it into the correct spot. And now I found it helpful to take each cord individually and just loop it through one of the holes here. And that's just gonna keep tension on the cord and keep it out of the way. And then do the same for this side. I'm actually gonna put this over here. And again, just so that way those stay tight, they stay in their channel and stay on their pulley. All right, that looks good. Now we can go ahead and grab that side piece here. And again, this is where I found the screws are not quite long enough to leave this loosely threaded and then fit it over, at least on this Daniel Defense rail. So I had to remove the plate fully with the screws out, but then now we are going to simply reattach it, grab our 4 screws, and then tighten these guys down. Sweet, and then now let's confirm again that our pulley still works, and yep, that's sliding on the front, so we are good to go there. Next up is attaching and mounting our scope, and this is where, depending on which version you got, you either have a 30mm scope mount or a 34. I'm mounting a Sig Sauer Tango MSR 1-10 LPVO, and this is a 34mm tube here. For this part, it's just like any other time that you mount an LPVO. Get a level, take your time with it, level it to the barrel with your scope. But again, just kind of typical process for mounting an LPVO. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, got it level here, and last thing is torque these down. I typically do 20 to 25 inch-pounds here. So I'm just gonna start at 20 here, torque it down, see if that's good. If not, I'll go just a little more, but do not over tighten these. You don't want to bend or break your tubes on your LPVO. Beautiful. Now we got everything torqued down. The next step then is mounting our cord to our throw lever here. And this is where I did remove this guy here on my scope. And depending on what scope you're using, they do provide these little rubber pads here. So we have a thin rubber pad, a medium one, and then a super thick one. So if needed, you can use this to wrap around your scope throw lever part here. And then we're gonna use this guy here, which looks like a clamp that you'd see on like an oil filter or something. And this is gonna go over and this is gonna clamp around that. I already did some measuring and testing and I do not need one of these rubber pieces here because this is already pretty thick. And in fact, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this piece here to fit right into this groove because I can't remove that. And that should be tight enough to allow this to work. So let's go ahead and fit this guy over and we should be able to slide it right into place there. And then again, this will go back and forth. That's in the right spot. So let's tighten these two screws here. And we're just gonna use the little Allen wrench that was provided in the box. Perfect, that looks good now. And next, this is where we need to attach our cords. And one thing to note here is you can see that right now, again, depending on how you pull this, the slider will go back and forth, but I am going to set it so all the way forward is at 1x and then all the way back will be maxed out at 10x. So I'm gonna pull it all the way forward and then I'm gonna turn my throw lever to 1x. And actually, let me turn this around so that way y'all can see. So now that we have it at 1x here, all I have to do is feed these strings through the spot here, and then we're gonna tighten it down. So you can see there's this little loose piece here. Let me show you this little loose piece. So we're just gonna feed that cable underneath and then clamp it on down. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna start with the bottom one here. Feed this guy through. Come on, I'd have to turn it back up. There we go. Feed it through first. And then now put this back to 1. And then we're gonna go ahead and tighten it down here. Looks good. Now I can do the same for the other one, and you do want to make sure it's in this groove on this ring here and also still in that pulley. So I'm going to make sure it's in the pulley around the groove. Then I'm going to feed this guy through. I have to loosen it a little bit. There we go, like that. Make sure it's pulled nice and tight then. And then we're going to tighten it down. Awesome. From here, we might need to make some micro adjustments. The way we can check is to use our throw lever here and make sure that it goes from 1 all the way to 10x for this. So I'm at 1, I'm all the way forward. I'm gonna pull it back and sure enough, it does take us all the way to 10. Send it back forward. And sure enough, that takes us all the way back to 1. So we actually don't need to make any adjustments, but again, do note you might need to, or just make sure you know that's centered, everything's set up in the pulley. Give it a couple pulls and then if needed, make an adjustment. And then for your cords here, you have 2 options. One is you can actually just clip these once you made 100% sure that it's all set. Or another option is you can either, kind of tie them off, or I might actually like loop it through the bottom of the scope here since I have those gaps, and then just kind of get rid of the extra that way. But whatever you want to do, just kind of make sure those cords are out of the way so they don't get caught on anything. Cool, I'll probably trim those later, but for now, I think that's good enough just to give you an idea of what you could do with those. The last and final thing we need to do, or it's optional here, is we do have these exposed cords here, and they do give you all of these pieces here that you can put over to cover that. So we are gonna do that. And to do it, it goes from basically smallest to biggest. Let's see, one of these, this guy here does have a little contour on it. So this one actually butts up perfectly right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one on first. I'm gonna clamp it and then slide it in. And you can see now that's flush there. So I'm gonna just confirm, let's see if we had these 2 and then that one. Actually, I think that'll get us there. Let's do that. Slide it in. Let's do this guy next. Slide it in. And then the last one. Boom, look at that. pretty good. And there you go. That's how you get this guy installed. Looks super cool, and the functionality of it is pretty badass. Kind of like Call of Duty, you know, where you can zoom real quick. One last thing, let's actually get a look down this, kind of play with it a bit, see how fast we can go back and forth, just to give you an idea of that. All right, so we got this mounted up in the backyard, so that way we can look at our cliff that is about 300 yards away. I had to remove the stock in order to get the perspective here, but let's go ahead and see what it looks like. All right, got it set up, and as you can see, I have my hand over here, and it is on the switch up front. Right now, we're zoomed in all the way, but if I push it forward, we're back at 1x here, and right here's my thumb on that, and then we can easily just pull it back, zoom to 10, back to 1, back to 10. Oh, this is so cool. The whole goal here is that you can keep this hand on the gun. You can change your zoom level to whatever you want, make the shots you need, and you don't have to, you know, reach all the way back here to the throw lever or candy lever here and, you know, not be able to take a shot while doing so. So I could shoot, 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 zoom in, shoot, 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 zoom back out, shoot, shoot, shoot. Super easy and controllable. Honestly, this does just feel like Call of Duty, where it's like, oh, click the right stick, zoo, click the right stick, zoo. That's just me being a nerd. But anyway, hopefully this video was helpful for you here today on getting this guy installed and getting a look down it. I think it's super cool. Stay tuned, we'll have some more content on the scope switch here, and they also have an electronic one, so we might be picking one of those up as well to test and feature too. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.